Hurting all the ones you played. The truth won't ever be the same. Looking for a sign of hope, a line of tide to help you cope. Take me away from this place, something to slow the pace. Tell me why you cannot see. It's not my fault to pull your finger at me. Now it's time to be. You're not the one for me. You keep pushing me away. Need something to numb the pain. You're holding me under, making me stop for a while out of way. You keep pushing me away. I can't take another day. Nothing broken, leading me on to go astray. You're gone. I'm done. Trust I had is great and torn, not to be filled with pain and scorn. Nothing you gain. Selfishness the source of your pain. Now it's time to be. You're not the one for me. You keep pushing me away. Need something to numb the pain. You're holding me under, making me stop for a while out of way. You keep pushing me away. I can't take another day. Nothing broken, leading me on to go astray. Keep pushing me away. You keep pushing me away. You keep pushing me up. Pushing me away, keep pushing me away, keep pushing me away, keep pushing me In my heart there's a hole, there's a black mark on her soul. In her hands is my heart, and she won't let go till it's scarred. Try to breathe, but I can't, 'cause the air she feeds me is damned. Got a touch like a thorn, 'cause the girl she's hiding horns. She got blood cold as ice and a heart made of stone, but she keeps me alive. She's the beast in my bones. She gets everything she wants when she gets me alone, like it's nothing. She got two little horns and they give me a little bit. She's the fire in the sand, and I burn breathing her in. when she gets me alone, like it's nothing.
Welcome to Whiskey Oval _ TV. Getting ready to knock it started off here at Fairbury Speedway with the WarHorse DIRTcar series. 50-lap A main event. Everybody should be making the A main show, as heat race number 1 is out there on the racetrack rolling around. Pace lights are off. Actually, the pace truck is going in. We'll be going green flag racing this time by Wesley, Kyler, Tyson, and Jason. Desmond, Randy, and then Paul rounding out the race field. Wesley leading the field in turn in this first lap. Kyler, he's going to tuck back to second place. Jason Salter, he's that driver of the all-black machine, the 0110 machine. Nose a tail for the top 3. Track already getting a little bit of bumpy out there. Outside shot of the raceway now as side-by-side racing is starting to form down the backstretch as they barrel into turns 3 and 4 now. Wesley's completely checked out of the race field there on the number 81 machine. Jason, he's going to tuck down to the bottom side. He's going to slide it up right there for his P2. So give it to Jason Salter for a quick bit by the 31 machine, trying to make some hay out there on the high and scary side next to the big scary white wall here at Fairbury. Bull ring of a racetrack over halfway this time by. 1 minute and 9 seconds into heat race number 1. Very close racing out there. 3 wide action for a slight bit, and there we go. 3 wide down the backstretch. Desmond is stuck right smack dab there in the middle part of the racetrack. Now he's going to form himself there to the outside part. Jason, he's going to try to get that second spot, but not quite. The 7 machine looking quite strong out there. Kyler Bruce is starting to slowly fall back now with Tyson back here in the 6th spot, and then Randy Reese are rounding out the race field. But man, you can almost throw a blanket on 2nd place through 7th place as a white flag waves. Outside shot of the racetrack once again. Wesley has it down the backstretch in the turns 3 and 4. 3rd place on back. It is anybody's race. For the final time in turns 3 and 4, everybody, slide job city. Checker flag to the race line. So checker flag waves for heat race number 1. Very, very tight racing for the 2nd place on back, but finally the 2nd place driver was able to pull away for a slight bit. But as we get ready to rock and roll with heat race number 2, this is how the grid is going to shake up. Joey Reeder, the 011 driver, he'll be starting there on the top spot with Troy Vaughn there to the outside. You have Travis Sinclair with Rocket One Esports. He'll be there in the 3rd spot with Devin Nelson there in P4. Corey will be starting there in P5. Then Brandon Freeberg rounding out the race field. Driver out of Illinois is a 171 machine. Pace truck is off. The fill is left all alone there on the back part of the raceway. Joey Reeder takes the green flag. Troy Vaughn there to the outside does not get the best of restarts. Now here comes Sinclair now in that number 13 machine. They hustle and bustle right back down into turns 3 and 4. 3 wide there for the back part of the raceway. They're going to complete lap number 1. Joey Reeder is our race leader as of right now, but Sinclair slowly closing up that gap there. Side by side for the race lead. Sinclair works this bottom side part of the racetrack once again. Slips and slides coming out of turn 2. Brandon Freeberg back there in the P4 now. But the man that's winning this race, Travis Sinclair, everyone is starting to work that bottom side. No one really out there to the high and scary side besides Devin Nelson. He was the only driver all the way out there. Everybody's starting to form that outside lane now, but Sinclair has completely checked out of the race field, and Joey Reeder just trying to hold on to P2. Brandon Freeberg back there in the 4th spot with Troy Vaughn side by side with him. On board now with Corey, the 999 machine. Best lap time out there in this heat race number 2 is up there on your screen at 12.406 for Sinclair, looking very strong out there. And it's side-by-side racing, almost side-by-side racing back here, and they make contact. Freeberg to the outside. He starts bouncing all the way to the outside wall. The white flag is being shown. Joey Reeder and Brandon Freeberg made a little bit of contact that last lap. We'll see how it all plays out for the final time down the backstretch. Freeberg high side, Reeder down to the bottom side. Checkered flag waves for Sinclair. Reeder P2, Freeberg 3rd spot. Vaughn and Nelson, then Silby rounding out the race field. Fairbury Speedway. Here's a little bit of race info for the WarHorse DIRTcar series here tonight. Track link, 0.24 mile length. Temperature is 80 degrees. 52% humidity out there. Daytime racing here at Fairbury. E-Race 1, E-Race 2, quite smooth. We had no big wrecks yet. We'll see if heat race number 3 can change that. This should be the last heat race of the night. This is how the grid is going to shake up for the WarHorse DIRTcar series. Heat race number 3, Scott Smith, the number 53 machine. He'll be starting there in the top spot with Michael Wood in there to the outside. Jason Korn will be starting there in the 3rd spot. Then Dusty Lander, the number 5 machine, to the outside of the 2nd row. And then you have Michael Kennedy from the great state of Texas. Then Jacob Cook, the 029 machine, rounding out the race field back there in the 6th spot. Heat race 1, heat race 2. Not any wrecks yet. Everyone making it to the checkered flag. We'll see if heat race 3 changes any of that. Green flag is going to wait for Mr. Scott Smith. The outside lane once again does not get the best of restarts, and there we go. We got a guy wrecking. Jason Korn, he got spun around, almost did a 180, but was able to keep it almost straight. Kind of did a 90 degree turn, but regardless, he got the short end of the stick, and he has lost 3 spots out there in heat race number 3. Side-by-side racing back here now. Jacob Cook working hard down the bottom side. The 18 machine on Michael Wood. They're stuck right in the middle part of the raceway. But Dusty Lander showing the way there on the outside part of the raceway now. Dusty really working that outside wall as he taps it not once but twice there in turns 3 and 4. He comes across the line, and then he taps the wall once again, trying to get into turn number 1. Scott Smith is our race leader. Jacob Cook to Michael Wooden rounding out the top 4. And then Michael Kennedy, he's going to wall right turns 3 and 4. The 29 machine just absolutely slaps the outside wall. The 98 machine pushes him out of the way, and now we have absolute chaos out there on the raceway. That was a very ugly series, a very ugly lap there for multiple drivers. Top spot is this driver right here, Scott Smith. Number 5 machine, Dustin Lander, carrying that left front tire, trying to find a little bit of grip there on the right rear tire, trying to get a giddy up and go now. Last lap time there on your race screen, a 12.9. Dusty with a 12.7. Let's check the gap now. A 1.2 second lead for that number 53 machine, but can the 5 machine run him down? Laps winding down, working lap 8 of 10, might as well make it 9 of 10. 2 laps to go around Fairbury Speedway. 1 minute and 48 seconds in heat race number 3. Third place is going to be Jacob Cook and then Jason Korn. They're going to find themselves side by side. They drag race down the backstretch as 82 hops and skips down in turns 3 and 4. Drag race once again, coming across the line. White flag waves. Smith, Lander, they got 1-2 locked up. The battle is on for the 3rd spot. 29 machine, he's going to try to do the quick up and under move to the race line. Gasses it, jumps over the berm. Could not make nothing happen, though. Jason Korn's going to come home with a 3rd place finish for heat race 3. Cook 4th. Michael Kennedy, and then Michael Wooden rounding out that 5th and 6th spot. Warm-ups is underway for the Mac Daddy Show. We will have a 50-lap show here at Fairbury Speedway. I will have their best lap time and their last lap times up as these drivers get their muscle memories right, trying to get stuff dialed in. Checkered flag is being waved out there on the raceway, so everyone will get ready to rock and roll for the Mac Daddy Show now. A 19 car filled out there. That's what's going to take the green flag. That's how many dirt late models we'll have. For a bull ring type of racetrack. This should be pretty fun for 50 laps. Here we go for the starting grid. Fairbury Speedway, here we go. For the WarHorse DIRTcar Series, Wesley Gronley, the HRT Sim Racing driver, the number 81. They're on the top spot with Travis Sinclair there to his outside. Scott Smith will be starting there in third place with Desmond Bisbee, the number 4 machine. Driver out of the crazy state of California, he'll be starting there in P4. Joey Reeder, he'll be starting back in P5 with Dusty Lander. We'll be starting there in the 6th spot. Kyler Bruce, 7th. Brandon Freeberg, 8th spot. Jason Korn back there in P9 with Paul Hollander rounding out the top of 10. Troy Vaughn and Jacob Cook making up that 11th and 12th spot. On down the list we go halfway through. 13th spot, Randy Reeser, then Nevin Nelson. Michael Kennedy from the great state of Texas, and Jason Salter there to the outside. Corey, Michael, and then Tyson rounding out the race field. We're stacked up and packed up, getting ready to rock and roll. Wesley, Travis, they're on the front row. Into turns 3 and 4, waiting for the green flag, and we are off to the races. Outside shot of the raceway as everyone wheels and deals down in turns 1 and 2, then hustle and bustles down the backstretch. Wesley, our race leader, number 7 machine, just absolutely doors that driver that was there to the outside. That might have been Scott Smith there to the outside, but regardless, give that to Desmond as of right now as a green flag continues to wave. Travis tries to cut the nose off that number 7 machine. He had a hit way off the brakes. That was Desmond that almost lost that front end. Wesley still our race leader, but has a hard charger of Travis Sinclair trying to reel back in his back bumper now. Scott Smith still 3rd spot. Desmond is the first car there to the outside wall, trying to rip the lip here at Fairbury Speedway. Has his teammate right there behind him of Dusty. They're the number 5 machine. The Brandon Freeberg, the all 171 machine, our points leader. Championship points leader. Trying to follow in hot pursuit right behind Scott Smith. So that's your top 5. Joey Reeder back here in 7th spot. Kyler Bruce, P8. Paul Hollander, 9th. Randy Reeser rounding out the top 10. 3 wide back here. Number 6 machine of Devin Nelson. He's back in the 11th spot. A lot of those teammates of his running the outside wall, and Devin Nelson is doing just that. Jason back here in the 13th spot as he wheels and deals down in the middle side part of the raceway, but it is very close action all the way around this bull ring of a racetrack. Back up front, we check up on board with the race leader of Wesley. He wants no part of that outside wall there in the number 81 machine. Travis Sinclair still trying to hunt him down in that number 13 machine. Green flag still waves. We have ran a continuous 11 laps for 2 minutes and 21 seconds here at Fairbury. Last lap times up there on your screen this time by, and our race leaders, that first and second, third and fourth place, almost match each other's lap times with a 13.0. Action is starting to pick up back here now. Freeberg, he has moved his dirt late model next to the outside wall. The number 5 machine of Dusty, he's still working that middle side now. He moves out there to the outside part of the racetrack, and he completely wall rides around turns 3 and 4. Number 53 machine, Scott Smith, still working the bottom side. It is definitely a 2-groove racetrack out here as of right now. Just hit the 3-minute mark, and Wesley has led all 15 laps. Dust is starting to fly, and here is the track map up there on your race screen. Next up in line to go a lap down is the guy that's tagging on to the end part of the race field. That's the number 18 machine of Michael Wooden. Lap traffic about to come into play as everybody is single filed out from second place all the way back here to about 7th place. Our race leader Wesley was working the bottom side part of the racetrack until this very last lap, and there he goes. He tags the outside wall and then says, forget that, man. Goes right back down to the bottom side, but here comes a number 13 machine of Sinclair looking down to the bottom side now. Sinclair trying to work that bottom side by side with our race leader. We may be swapping for the top spot. We do have a lap car right there in the line of our race leader. That is Michael Wooden. Points leader champion now. Him and Sinclair are battling out for that top spot, and they are nose to tail. Make a 3-wide lap car. He moves out of the racing line. Freeberg down to the bottom side. Sinclair high side with Wesley. Contact made. Sinclair gets into Freeberg. I think Travis Sinclair, the caution is going to wave. Caution is out there on the raceway. 16th, 17th place now. It's looking like he is way off the pace. I believe Sinclair actually got tapped there in the back bumper, sent him all the way down the track, and the only way that he kept it straight was Brandon Freeberg. Was just in the wrong spot at the wrong time. So a 21-lap green flag run for the WarHorse DIRTcar Series at this bull ring. And here's a race caution. Watch the number 81 machine clips Travis, and then... oh, there he goes. Then he goes up onto the outside wall. So Wesley's night was having a very good night. Then he just gets piled into. A very good night is turning bad for that number 81 machine. My apologies. Program is froze up. Back under green flag action now. Breaking down the race field. Travis Sinclair, Brandon Freeberg. Number 7 machine of Desmond now. Desmond, bottom side part of the raceway, found a little something side by side with the championship points leader. Top 3 single filed out. The number 5 machine of Dusty back here in P4. Kyler Bruce and Scott Smith, they're going to battle it out for this 5th spot now. Kyler Bruce has it. Sinclair, Brandon Freeberg about to duke it out. 2 heavyweight champions. A slide job for the race lead for Freeberg right over the nose of Travis, but Travis had plenty enough speed to come off at turn 2, and he has a race lead once again coming across the race line. Travis led that last lap. Freeberg not done. He's going to throw another haymaker there to the outside wall. Travis, he's going to do a little bit of a crossover, but don't count out Desmond now. Desmond trying to capitalize. 3 wide racing for that top spot. Throw a blanket over him, and now Desmond throws a monster slider for the race lead. Could not able to capture it. Then Travis Sinclair is slicing and dicing through these sliders. Side by side for P2 now. That gave Dusty and Randy Reese are back there in 4th and 5th. A little bit of room to catch up to these guys as these guys still mess around with one another. 20 laps to go out there at Fairbury. Things are starting to heat up, and look at a rat's nest back here. We have Paul, you have Jason, you have Scott Smith back here, Joey Reeder, Devin Nelson, everybody. Absolute roadblock back here. Everybody trying to wheel and deal, slice and dice through everybody's traffic. Trying to find exactly where they want to run. Wesley Gronley's back here, was our race leader for a good about 20 laps now. It is an absolute chaos of a mess back here for about 6th place on back. Everyone is able to keep it off of each other as of right now, too. It's very impressive. We're on board with Tyson, the number 91 machine. I see he just follows in hot pursuit right behind this ginormous mess, side by side for about 5 rows deep back here as we work lap 36 of 50, 9 minutes and 10 seconds in. We've only had 1 caution flag and about 4 different lead changes as Freeberg and Sinclair is once again swapping for that top spot. So back up front, checking up on board with our race action. Travis Sinclair looks like he just got done throwing a monster slider. Now Freeberg's going to capture that top spot once again. Freeberg's going to smash the outside wall, and that has led Dusty to catch up right to their back bumper. You have Dusty, Randy Reeser, and Kyler Bruce now, so it's a 5-car race for this top spot. Track is completely gone. Everybody is just throwing haymakers out there, and hopefully something will stick with 11 laps to go. Still anybody's race out there right now. Freeberg does have the race lead, but he is matching everybody's lap time. But Desmond is not going out without a fight. He is still one to lead a lap. I don't believe he has led a lap yet with 10 laps to go. Number 7 machine has not had a win in the race season, I do not believe yet. All over the back bumper of the championship points leader, Desmond. He's going to look down to the bottom side. Will he try to complete the slide job? Yes, he will. Freeberg's going to tap him there in the back bumper, send him to the outside wall. And here comes Sinclair trying to capitalize now. Sinclair could not make... Lights on the pace truck are on, so we'll not be going green flag racing this time by. We're 13 minutes and 34 seconds in this Mac Daddy show. Kind of a quick night. Only 3 heat races. Everybody making the A main show here tonight. Next up for the WarHorse DIRTcar series next week, they go on Knoxville for a 75 lap A main show. 19 cars still out there on the raceway. Pace truck pulls off. It's Freeberg, Bisbee, Sinclair, Bruce, Reeser. Top 5. Green flag out. Yellow flag back out on the raceway. Yellow flag back out on the raceway. So another green-white checkered finish here. Freeberg was able to get a very good start off at turn 4. A very good diamond cut. They're coming out of turns 3 and 4, is able to load up that right rear tire quite well. But now can Desmond match it? That's the question. Third caution flag out there on the raceway. Knoxville next week for a 75-lap A-main event. That'll be pretty fun with these dirt late models, fixed setups. Season is starting to wind down. Freeburg is our point series champion as of right now. So they got Knoxville, Bristol, Dirt, and then you have Dirt Track at Charlotte for a 100-lap A-main show on the 16th. That will end the regular season, so after this one, only 3 races to go. It's go time if you're in a points crunch. Lights on, pace truck is off, going green flag racing this time. How will the dominoes fall? Green flag. Desmond did not get the best restarts, almost lost it coming out of turn 4. Green flag out though. White flag is being showed. For the final time in turns 3 and 4. The 171 machine coming across with the checkered flag. Desmond P2, Travis 3rd place. Kyler, Randy Reeser rounding out the top 5. And just like that, only 3 caution flags waved. And Freeburg once again coming home with another checkered flag here for the WarHorse DIRTcar series. Desmond, very good fight there in that number 7 machine. And then Sinclair rounding out another podium spot. Jump inside the Discord page. We'll talk to the interview the top 3 drivers. Here after this 50-lap, actually a little bit of overtime, a 51-lap A-main show. The driver that finished in 3rd place is Travis Sinclair, the number 13 machine. And Travis, man, that was a really long green flag run there.
Yeah, that was just that was an absolute ton of fun right there. That was a great race.
Track completely slicked off. Everyone working that bottom side part of the raceway, but then slowly everyone started working the working next to the outside wall, man. But definitely looked like a 2-groove racetrack.
Yeah, track was really good for a good part of the race there. Once it moved up, I think pretty much it stayed there. I don't know what anybody else was doing, but I knew up front for us, it pretty much stayed up there. But good part of the race was 2-lane there, so it's a pretty good race.
Man, another podium spot for you. That's quite a bit of top 3 finishes for you. 3 more races. You guys go to Knoxville next for a 75-lap A-main show. How do you feel about that track?
Actually, the next 3 are some of my better tracks, places I really like to race. So Knoxville, Bristol, Charlotte, I love all 3 places.
Travis, man, congratulations there on the podium spot. Got any shout-outs that you'd like to give?
Yeah, for sure. The team, Rocket Esports, Diggs by D1RT, MO Performance, 309 Designs for the awesome wrap, you for broadcasting, and everybody for coming out and racing.
Thanks, man. Once again, we'll see you next week.
Yep, thanks, buddy.
Thanks, man. Desmond going to finish in a 2nd spot. Desmond, man, you put up a very good fight there for that top spot for quite a while, man. 2 late cautions there. Did you learn anything on that first restart coming out of turn 4?
I just try to get a good restart so I could stick with them. The first caution we got, I feel like I got a good restart, and then the last one we got right there messed up, spun my tires. He had it. But that was a fun battle. It was me, Freeburg, St. Clair, racing for the lead. That was fun.
Yeah, you guys are swapping the top spot for quite a while, man. A really long green flag run here at Fairbury. I don't really see much of that, man. Did you think that's how this race was going to turn out?
Honestly, yeah, because this track is pretty racy. In the past, there was a lot of wrecks, but people cleaned up their driving, and it's been a lot of good racing going on here, so I wasn't too surprised about the good racing here.
From lap 1 to lap 51, a little bit of overtime racing here at Fairbury Speedway, man. Looked like he was working the bottom side part of the racetrack kind of early on, but I believe he was the first car to move next to the outside wall there in the inside of the top 5.
Yeah, it was pretty top dominant up there. I didn't really mess with the lines too much. I tried to run the cut down, but it just ended up being top dominant. I think the bottom was coming in there last couple of laps, but it was still top dominant, I think.
Well, man, a second place finish here tonight. That's a pretty solid night and contended there for the top spot for all race long, man. So congratulations on a very good race. You got any sponsors that or friends or family teammates that you like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my team base, Brooks Motorsports, Diggs by D1RT. I'd like to thank you guys for putting this on and drivers for a nice, clean race.
Very cool, man. We'll see you. We'll see you next Thursday.
See ya.
Desmond with a very good, dominant second place finish there. Battling out with Brandon Freeberg, and Freeberg got the top spot once again, man. And dude, what a racy racetrack that was.
Yeah, that was really good. It wasn't as racy as I thought it was going to be. It went to the top sooner than I thought, so I wish we wouldn't have ran that warm up and maybe not ran so much in practice. Just trying to provide the raciest track we can, but all in all, it was still pretty good. 2 or 3 cautions, wasn't bad. Long green flag runs and a lot of slide jobs. That was a ball.
You guys were throwing monster slide jobs lap after lap after lap. Whenever the track is kind of like that, what kind of goes through your mind and what can you do? I mean, you throw a slide job and then the guy right behind you just kind of does a crossover and then you guys do that, lap after lap.
Yeah, I mean, I caught up to Travis and I knew he was going to have to make a mistake before I would throw that first slider, and I think he got in the wall once, and then that's, when I started throwing a slider, I think, into 3 and 4. And then really you're just trying to do that and just keep slowing that guy down a little bit until you can time it out right, where you can, sneak back up in front of him and hit the top without, him being able to get a good run on you. And that's what I did and worked out. But yeah, it was a lot of ball racing with Travis and Des there towards the end.
Two really late yellow flags out there on the raceway, man. What was kind of going through your mind, and did you have a game plan whenever you went back to green?
Yeah, we passed one lap car and then we were coming up on the tail of the field, and I was like, well, there's like 3 laps to go. We're not going to catch him. So, and I said in Discord too, I was like, man, I hope this stays green. And literally as soon as I said that, they wrecked up the top in 3 and 4. And I was like, dang. And I was pretty nervous because a lot of times here, if you start second or restart, it's pretty easy to get a good run and throw a slider in 1 and 2. But I was able to, dime in the corner coming off on the restart and drive across the bottom and get a pretty good jump. So I was too far ahead for Des to have a chance to throw a clean slider. So yeah, both restarts are pretty good. Man,
league is slowly coming to an end. Only 3 races left. Knoxville is next up on the list with a 75 lap A main show there. How do you feel about Knoxville with these dirt late models?
I really like Knoxville. I'm decent there. We almost, qualified for the spring fling, so we're pretty good. But I tell you what, Travis is really good there, and most guys are gonna have a lot of laps there. So I expect the field to be pretty close. So getting a good pill draw for the heats will be important, and then just hope for a good racy track. Top and bottom multi-groove racing. That's all we can ask for. Very cool, man, and congratulations on the checkered flag once again. You got any shout-outs? Yeah, for sure. Everybody at Rocket Esports, Travis, Jason, Tyson, all the guys that were racing tonight, Freeberg Racing Components, Diggs by D1RT, and all their help. Really appreciate it. Matt Logan, ML Performance, Berg Sim Racing, 309 Designs, Dyer's Top Rods. And big thanks to you for putting on the broadcast. You do a great job. Thanks, man. We'll be back Thursday night. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, man. Brandon Freeberg there in the top spot once again for the WarHorse DIRTcar series. That was fun, man. Top 3, swapping for the top spot multiple times. Back there about 5th place on back. It was an absolute rat's nest. 3 wide, multiple rows deep, side-by-side racing all the way around Fairbury. Long green flag runs. A little bit of overtime. That was a good, solid, fun run. I like it. Here's the results. Up there on your screen. Brandon, Desmond, Travis, top 3. Those are the drivers we just got done interviewing. Kyler, Bruce, Rainey, Reeser, Dusty, Paul, Wesley, Michael, and Joey rounding out the top 10. Jason, Corey, Tyson, Jason, Devin, Scott, Troy, then Michael. And then the last car that finished in the 19th spot is going to be Jacob Cook back there, that number 029 machine. And Wesley Gronley, the 81 machine, led quite a bit of laps, about 15, maybe 20 laps here tonight at Fairbury Speedway, but man, stuck on the outside wall and ruined his night. He actually brought out the first caution
here for the WarHorse DIRTcar series. So next week, like I said multiple times, they go to Knoxville Raceway for a 75-lap A-main show. So make sure you guys tune in here at Wiscoval_TV, either on Facebook and or YouTube, to catch all the live action and or the replay. Congratulations, Freeburg, once again for another checkered flag. That's going to do it here tonight for the WarHorse DIRTcar series. I'll be back live Sunday for the National Dirt Racing Association. They're going to race some late models at the Chili Bowl in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That, don't know how that one's going to turn out yet. Make sure you guys tune in for that. Then you got 410 sprint car action on Sunday night. Till next time, everyone, please take care, stay safe. And we'll see you guys next Thursday back with the WarHorse DIRTcar series.